Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Of course, 2025 has been described by experts as a year of bold policy decisions rather. The last 12 months was shaped by major economic reforms, budgetary adjustments, and ongoing efforts to stabilize public finances. Inflation, exchange rate pressures, fuel pricing, and fiscal consolidation dominated public discourse alongside debates on the pace and impact of these measures. Many times, questions persisted around implementation, sustainability, and how national economic performance translated across households, businesses, and sub-national governments. Looking ahead to 2026, many are wondering what economic realities will ultimately shape the country's policy direction. To discuss this with me, I've got my two guests right here in the studio. We've got Dr. Adeni Ojiko. So good to have you on the show this evening.
Good evening. Hi.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And of course, I have Justice Ojeno. He's been very consistent with us this year, and it's good to have you again today.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to join you and compliment of the season to our people.
All right, I'll begin with you. Now, looking at 2025 and how we are anticipating next year, from the very blast, how all of this started, what would you say are the problems that this particular administration inherited when they came into office, and what's your general overview from that point to where we are now?
Okay, if you see when this particular government came into the office, one of the first things I'd like to say is what the Minister for Finance, I think Nenade Usman, the lady said during Buhari's tenure at the twilight, and she said that we will continue the way we're approaching our approach to fiscal matters, that at some point we'll have zero amount for capital expenditure. And for me, that is the ultimate doom. Of course, all the major presidential candidates said that they will remove subsidy. And President Tinubu was bold enough to remove it. I solidly disagree with the way and manner that it was removed. The way he removed it, I felt that could have made palliative measures much more available to cushion the eventual effects of what any of the highlighted presidential candidates would have done. So that was how he came into office. So he had tough decisions cut out for him, and he took the one less traveled by, if I'm to use Robert Frost's language, and that to a large extent has made the difference. Now we are not talking about zero amount for capital expenditure. We have significant amounts for capital expenditure, and things are being built, roads are being built, capital expenses are being made. Coming into the year, we had inflation at 24%, not of 24%, and now it's we're back to, I think, south of 15%. It's about 14.48%. So that shows me that, yeah, it was going to get worse before it gets better, and it looks like it's getting better. I am not a supporter of President Tinubu, as Dr. Jikutu is, and a lot of people are, but I am a supporter of Nigeria. Okay. I love Nigeria. When I say I'm not a supporter, I'm not a political supporter. Yeah, no problem. I'm a supporter of...
It's allowed.
Yes, it's allowed. It's a democracy. Yes, I'm a supporter of Nigeria. And I have to pray for anybody that is holding power for Nigeria to work under them. Because if it doesn't work under them, it will significantly affect me. And I'm not a Scott-Ed thinker.
All right. Now, Dr. Ojiko, quickly, he said something about the fact that the fuel subsidy was taken out harshly. But of course, let's also consider the fact that there was no budget on ground for this current president for the fuel subsidy. Now, if we're going to be talking about the palliatives that would have happened for the citizens to experience less pressure from the subsidy removal, how would the president have been able to do that without a budget for subsidy in the first place?
Okay, thank you. Now, under presidential system of government, the buck stops on the desk of the president. So when you're a president, you're so powerful, most especially in our climate. To that extent, a lot of Nigerians, including myself, it was as if I was hearing something very strange to my ears knowing that the president is just coming into office, why the sudden, pronouncement or announcement that I'm stopping subsidy.
Okay.
So, and when the president did that, a lot of Nigerians were
not happy.
Even people of the book, the economics, every player in Nigeria was unsettled. To that effect, is playing out well to be like what President Jonathan, President Obasanjo, President Muhammadu Buhari could not boldly do. President Tinubu did. Now, most of Nigerians were doubting the success. Even one of the essays of the president said that they were like, what is happening? Like, a lot of people could not believe that it could easily work, that it will not break our country. Thank God that he did it. So he's taking the credit. However, implementation now, you said you wanted to take up the subsidy so that Nigeria will not run broke. Nigeria will have enough money. Where is the money going to? The money is going to hands of governors. Are the governors implementing, reducing those, they call them the Millennium Goal. They now change them to Sustainable Development Goals. So these Sustainable Development Goals are simple.
Right.
Poverty reduction, education, and little things that you need to do to judge if there is growth in any clime or in any economy or in any country. How do we measure this? Poverty, is it reducing in Lagos? Is poverty reducing in Jigawa? Is it reducing in Sokoto? The governors are hearing us. You all claim, the governors are claiming the president has released so much money to them.
Right.
Now, the local government chairman, you have a contract with the people. How many number of roads are you doing? Nigerians, we should all understand that the monies are with them. Some local governments are taking up to 800 million, 1 billion every month.
Okay.
Now, President still reiterated last week, few days ago, that progressive governors make sure you release the funds to the local government so that the development that we are yearning for will get down to the Nigerian people.
Okay.
To that extent, Nigerian people, we have a duty. Let's call our leaders, our governors, our local government chairmen to please let us feel this development.
Doctor,
considering the volume of
fantastic. Now, Justice General, have we been operating a system in Nigeria where we do not hold those who are supposed to actually be held accountable? We don't hold them accountable enough. And that is why it is always easy to blame the president. The president came out recently and said, don't let me use my executive order. Governors, pay your local government their emoluments.
It
was a direct speech. It was more like saying,
if the funds are coming, let them have access.
Now, you could see his body language like, I am trying to make things work here, make my life easy by paying and let the grassroots feel our government. So whether we like it or not, if the money is not heading to the grassroots, you would always continue to complain. So how do we tackle this? Where governors are getting allocations, I mean, the FAC has increased. Yes. Why are they still holding on to local government funds? Okay. Despite court pronouncement, you're a lawyer. Let's get there now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. For me, I feel that it's unfortunate that the average Nigerian is a general problem. The average Nigerian doesn't even know what the name of their local government chairman is. And that's where you to start from. You have to actually know the identity. After you know the identity, you progress to know the personality. After you progress to know the personality, that's when you'll be able to hold them accountable. You'll be able to know, okay, how much is coming into the coffers of the closest of the closest government to me that is supposed to much more directly impact my life. So you don't even know the identity, you don't know the personality, you don't know the amount that is flowing to them. How will you be able to hold them accountable? So that's a major issue. They don't know who the counselor that is covering their area
But now that they didn't get the funds, how would people even hold them accountable?
No, a lot of them are getting the funds. Some of the governors are faithful, at least to the judgment of the Supreme Court that was delivered that in a way gives a direct allocation to
but it's clear that majority of the governors are not complying yet.
I think most of them are. I think most of them are now, but we just have to now hold all of them to it, because it's a challenge that runs back and the governors have been emperors in a manner of speaking.
Okay.
Also, to Section 7(1) of our constitution, and they are not used to letting the local government be autonomous. They are just used to dipping the money, mixing it with theirs, and using it to deliver what, in their own view, is the mandate that people gave to them. Not forgetting that the local government chairman too, they have a mandate, and there's a place that just must be filled by a local government that the state governors cannot fill.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll take a short break now and be back in a moment.